Good morning, ninjas. Good morning on this sneaky Saturday. And we are at this property getting ready to do some shrub trimming. And these shrubs are really overgrown. So the customers wanted to cut these shrubs basically in half. If you look at the very front here, they are up to the windows, and they wanted it way below the windows. Good morning, Bisbee. How would you go about this? The only way that I know and that I have suggested to them is I'm going to try, of course, to cut it with the hedge trimmers, but as you can see, it's going to get pretty heavy and thick in here. And so if I come across something where the hedge trimmer cannot cut it, I will use a chainsaw. Whenever you are doing stuff like this, make sure you tell your customers so they're aware that it is going to be naked and it's not going to look attractive and pretty at first, but it will fill in over time. So that is what happens when, and they just bought this house, so it's not them. These shrubs have just been let go from previous owners. Now those over there are not as big, so they'll just need to be trimmed up a little bit. But these, I'm gonna do my best with the hedge trimmers, and if I can't, then it'll be chainsaw time. But yeah, as long as you tell your customers that, hey, it's gonna be naked, it's not gonna look pretty, but that's what you gotta do to bring them down. How you doing, Visiby?
Yeah, pretty good.
What you snacking on already? Look at you.
Sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds. My boy. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Hope you ninjas are doing good. Sneaky Saturday, right?
Yep.
We're always sneaking something unusual and different in on a Saturday. We'll go ahead and get started. Hope all you ninjas are doing good. We've just been busy. We got the dump trailer with us because we are hauling all this off. How are you gonna pick up all the clippings and get them to the dump trailer?
I'm gonna put them in that trash can.
Aha, you brought the trash can. Good. She just texted me. She said, make sure you don't block the shared driveway because the neighbor gets fussy. So I'm glad I parked the way I did because I think there's plenty of room, right?
Yeah, should be able to.
Go ahead and pull this ladder out. I want to show it to the ninjas. So this ladder I just purchased. This was part of the gift card ordeal that I do every year. My little shopping spree. And what's so cool about this ladder, Busy?
It folds out and does all kinds of crazy stuff.
It folds out, does all kinds of crazy things. What's the biggest benefit on this is 375 pounds load capacity
on each side.
On each side. So not only can you turn it into an A ladder, but you can turn it into what? Regular ladder?
Yeah.
Like, you know, straight up A ladder. Wasn't there a couple other positions? You would know all about them positions now. Come on. Is it on there? No? There was a couple other, like wall ladder, right? You can lean it up against the wall.
Yeah.
What about that as painters use? Like, you can actually separate this because there's 2 in 1 right here. And it's not even that heavy, honestly. Why did I get this? Compact. That's one thing. The A ladder is just so bulky. This, it can actually fit in the bed of the truck instead of having to have it in the trailer next to the mowers and in the way and stuff like that. So how much was this? Like $229?
Something like that.
$279? I don't remember, but yeah, it was in that range. And the next thing that I'm trying to figure out, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do, is I'm going to cut in between them so that way I separate them so they're individual. I'm not done with the top yet. I mean, I got to go down a little bit lower, especially through here. But they do want it just below the window. And even when you cut the sides, there's a good chance it's going to be naked on the sides too. It's just what happens when they get super overgrown like this. And a lot of people sometimes expect when they call you to trim their shrubbery that it's going to look like, if it's been let go really overgrown like this, that it's going to look like the way it was when it got planted, and that's just not going to happen. Quick update. So all I have left is 3 over here. I'm done with what I'm doing over here. Busy Bee's still got to finish up. I have divided each one. I have leveled the front for how far I can reach. I can't really get to the back with the pole trimmers because they're just too long and it would be uncomfortable. And Busy Bee is leveling the back end of the shrub with the same height as what I did in the front, and then he's just going around and cleaning up and, you know, around the circle, and we're done. As you can see, I've divided them, and we're gonna have to, one thing when you're trimming shrubs, you got to make sure you pick up all the stuff that's cut inside in the middle. Make sure you pick it up, because if you don't, it's just not gonna look pretty, and then all the stuff that's cut is gonna turn into like yellow and dead, and it's just not really attracting. So there's that. And then I went ahead and got these over here. Same thing. I was able to go and level these. I probably got to go a little bit lower on that one, but he's just gonna go around, and he's basically doing the finish the job, and I'm doing the overgrown up front. So yeah, here you go. Not too bad. We're actually making really good progress considering these are pretty big size. This is a big shrub job. I mean, these are really overgrown shrubs. We're done. Just finishing off, blowing off everything. They were really overgrown, so they're not pretty. Busy Bee, while I was around the corner doing those, he did get carried away on that one right there. You can just see, but it's all right. He's getting a heck of a lot better. I had to level it out a little bit, but I wasn't worried about them being naked or anything, because that's expected when they're this overgrown. But it looks good. I was able to divide them, clean it all up. My battery was dying on me, ninjas, but as I was saying, 3 hours of trimming and probably another what would you say, another hour raking everything up, blowing off. So 4-hour job. Not too bad. 4-hour job, $1,000 with haul off, of course, included, because that's why I brought the dump trailer. It's not bad at all. All right, we'll see you at the house or when we get to the aeration job. This is probably going to be the last one of the day because it's getting pretty dark. You can see Busy Bee's getting ready to put his jacket on. He's getting a little chilly. Getting a little chilly, Busy Bee?
A little bit, not too much.
Hey, you know what sounds good?
What's that?
Chili. Some good hot chili. I haven't had it in a while. All right, so I'll record the front here. I'll set you up right here. This is the ninja spot right here. And it is a little bit of challenging here on the front because it is on a hill, but we get it done. And then we're going to conclude the video, ninjas, with a new form of payment that I have started this year. And if it's been really successful for me or if it hasn't. Hey, my boy, you ready? Are you ready, my boy? Looks like my boy right here is ready. Oh, he did the little sniffle too. All right, I'm back. What's up, ninjas? What's up? What's up? How you doing? How's your Saturday? Sneaky Saturday, right? So as you saw, the front right here, the aeration on this yard is pretty sketchy. Not gonna lie, it's pretty sketchy. It doesn't seem like, camera does it no justice. It never does, but it is a good slope. And mowing wise, it's not a problem at all. But for some reason with that aerator, of course, there's very little weight in the front. It's just, it doesn't hold on hills really well at all. But it does perfect on flat. But anyway, so it's a little bit of a challenge. I didn't even record the side over there, but I got pretty much stuck, and I had to have Busy Bee come help me and get me to turn around. But anyway, I don't know if you can see in the mirror, there he is. He's just spreading his seed, you know, spreading his seed. So I wanted to conclude this video. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of the shrubbery work, and it was actually a pretty big size shrub job, and then a little bit of the aeration just in the front here. But to conclude the video, and why I am going on this topic with this video is because the shrub job is a new customer, and that customer wanted to pay me a certain way that I have never offered before until this year. You'll always have one of those customers, right? They'll pay cash, which is appreciated. That's kind of a bonus, so to say. And then checks are fine too. I think if you're in business, you're going to offer cash checks. I mean, that's like a standard. What other ways to pay? And then I got into cards on file. Basically, I offer any kind of credit cards. I accept credit cards as well. And that's been a really, I got to show you just, I mean, look at that. He is struggling there. That's how steep that hill is. And that's really been a game changer for me. A couple years ago when I started offering it, I use Square. It's an app. It's called Square. You can download it. I'm sure a lot of you use that. Maybe some of you use something else. There's a couple of other ones that do the same thing, basically. And Square is very convenient, very easy. It saves the cards on file. And so when you pull up to that customer, if they gave you their credit card, you can just click on their name. It'll already have their their information and their credit card, and then you just charge it, whatever it is. I've had a couple of people towards the end of last year ask me if I offer anything else. And, I would be like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, do you offer PayPal? And I'm like, no, I can. I got it set up, but I just never really got around to using that. So I'm like, no, and they're like, what about Venmo? And I said, no, but I've had a couple of them here and there towards the end of last year. Middle of the year and towards the end of last year, asked me. So I was like, well, I'm going to look into this. So this last winter, I looked into it and got more information on it. I was aware of it, but I never really downloaded it on my phone and looked into it. And so I finally decided, ninjas, to go ahead and download it and sign up and start offering it. And to the few people that have asked me from last year, I told them that I do accept Venmos. And now, even this year, I've had more people than ever before, of course, right? Ask me if I have Venmo. Venmo is really cool because they can find you. You register your business, they can find you, and they just transfer the money from their Venmo account into yours. And so you have a couple options that what you can do with that money, ninjas. You can leave it in there, let it build up, or you can go ahead and transfer it over into your bank account. Or you can go ahead and register for a Venmo MasterCard. It's basically like a debit card, and they'll send it to you, and you can use it out of that account. So it's kind of like a debit card. You just use whatever your balance is in there. You can swipe your card whatever you need to purchase. So there's a couple of options that you have of what you want to do with your money once you accumulate, some money in your Venmo account. So I have started using it this year. And let me tell you, ninjas, it's been so cool, so awesome. I haven't used any money and I haven't really started using it till like this summer. Okay. Because I registered it at the beginning of this year, but I didn't really have that much activity. And so I started it this summer. I want to say probably May, June, something like that. And I got really serious on it. And people have been paying me through Venmo. And I don't use that money because I don't need it. It's just because it's not something that it's every customer. I may have like 2-3 a week. But then it started to get repetitive. And now I've got 4 or 5 a week every week. And so it built up. It built up in there. And I haven't transferred any money into my account from it. And I sure as heck haven't used the card that they've sent me. So the balance has just been growing in my Venmo account. And I kind of look at it like a savings. I don't really miss that money because keep in mind, it's not repetitive, like I just said. So it's just kind of like a few customers here and there. So I don't really, you know, miss out if, you know, oh, it's just a $60 yard or $50 yard or $100 yard, you know, just here and there. But it adds up. And I think it's awesome because not only are you able to offer your customers another form of payment, but you can kind of look at it as a little savings. Now, you don't get any interest on it or anything like that, but if you don't use it, it builds up. So where I'm going with this is I've just started offering this summer, and I've got over $5,000 in there already that I just don't use. I don't need. But it's there if I do need it, so that's good. But, you know, it just built up. So I was just thinking to myself, if I leave it over this winter and then go through it all year next year, I mean, I may have 10, 15 G's in there and, you know, just sitting. So, and then I can do something with that money, whether I open a CD or do some investing or just use the money if I need it for something, you know, whatever. But anyway, that is what I offer. So cash checks, Square, you can download it. It is free to download, but Square does charge a small fee. Venmo has no fees. And in this time of the year, ninjas, as things are slowing down, you know, you need to be creative. You need to figure out what all you can offer. The more things that you offer to your customers, the more chances that you're going to make the income. And if you don't offer different services except just mowing, then it's bound to stop because mowing does slow down. Now, luckily in my area and some of the yards, I do keep going, you know, with the mulching of the leaves or blowing the leaves towards the wood line or whatever. And, you know, the grass definitely slows down. Now, I do have just a few yards that the grass does grow. It does slow down, but it does grow because, you know, they have sprinklers and whatever. But thank you for watching. I appreciate you, ninjas. Hope you enjoyed, like I said, and hope everyone's had a good week. Peace.
Saving green. Saving